So here is number 2. So this has HC up here, the notch is under here. So look at this thing. I gotta move this thing around from the back, like in the other one. So here we go. When you remove that scooch on plate, or that makes this thing go back farther. So when you tighten up those screws, it makes it go that way a little more, which leaves a little more space here for some 4mm tarp. So now let's see. So I can't get to this thing. This has to be able to rotate right. So that means this has to come out, or I'm going to see if I can flip it. So I'm going to take out these 2 screws, and then we'll see. I think this one will clear it, but well, this one, let's find out. It clears it. All right, that's good. Let's see. See now I can get to this thing. I'm gonna be twisting this in a second here. So that side cleared too. So when I put this back together, I'll just leave these bottom 2 loose. So what I found out is, with this one, you just can't, if you want to get it to go to this other hole here, but like unlike the one upstairs, this pipe is preventing that. So that means I have to be able to just get to it from the back like this to get that pin out. So yeah, so this thing is good to have it press against, but this one works a little differently yet. So all right, so I'm going to turn off the water, pull it, drain the sink out the sinks, and then pull that pin. All right, now just the part. So got the screw tight on. So already tight. Okay, yeah, so just like go like this. Now I just give it a slight twist. Wait. Give it a slight twist to the right, and then pull it. Alright. This is the bottom floor. Now it's going down the floor. I better handle this. Okay, well, it stopped on its own within, I don't know, 30 seconds. This, here's what we're working on here. So, I think, yeah, there was a flood here, so that's why it's all torn up. But, so I think when I put this back together, I'll just leave like this whole wall, you know, up to here, maybe removable, because this is an issue. Like, say you were to try and change this with drywall installed, I mean, and that happened, this is all wet. I mean, you know, you don't want to dry that. So I'll make a note to myself about that. I'm gonna get a towel and wipe that up. And let's look at this. So this one, this shower didn't get used at all. This was put in 2 years ago, so this one's just the same is the one I took out above, so upstairs. So I can't say that this would have broken the handle or not, but it's the same valve. And so I'm gonna wipe this up and then put the new one in. So I tried like wiping it in here. The water just keeps coming out. There's like dripping. And so I used some of these. I thought, okay, so yeah, like coffee filters. Those are like no lint. So yeah, but the water keeps coming out, so I guess I'll just put the valve back on. Look at that, it's dripping on the other side even. So I had a bunch of these washers, you know, one for each side of this nut and bolt over here. But I don't think you even need that. I mean, I had to use like 2 of these that got kind of bent. Like I did this right side first, and then this side went in. So like, you know, these I was able to get those nice and perpendicular. These I had to use a hammer to get them in. Then I re-drilled the holes, and now they, see, this one's a little tight at the top. But so I think I could just leave it in like this, and that should be good for this thing to push on. I'm going to put the valve in next, and so that'll leave me clearance with that pipe. Hopefully it should. And then I used when I screwed the 2 screws for this thing on. I can't see it too well. The other one's there. Okay, so let's put the valve in now. Okay, so here's the valve, and you know, last time I thought, oh, this is the front, the one hole in the front. See how that one's closer to the front and that one's in the back? So last time I thought this would be for cold, because it starts on cold, but it ended up being reversed. So I'm gonna like make this on the left side, and then this far one on the back side. But then now that would depend on, you know, how your piping works here. So like, now I should have tried this before I turn the water off, but is this one cold and this one warm? Do I sense any temperature difference? Sometimes they color code these, but this is gray PV pipe. Okay, I don't notice any temperature difference. Like I said, I should have tried it. Should have like checked that out before I turn this off, but I'll just assume. I'll assume that's, you know, it should be, because okay, above, you know, this one goes the same way. Cold starts from the right, and then left is hot. So this should be just fine. Here we go. Alright, so I got it to this point. This one does not go in as easily, but that back thing I think is holding too. So I'm gonna have to apply some more force to it here. Wow. Okay, so this one I had to like just make it go a little that way, a little that way, push it up and down, just slightly. I got it to this point. So you can only get it to this point with this tool. But it's I don't think you can really push it in much further, because the ears, I don't know. Tighten that. Maybe, okay, I can tighten a little more. Not sure. What I'm gonna do is use this thing with a pair of pliers. Okay, so yeah, Yeah, I don't think that thing can get it good, so I'll put this on. See, this has got these, I guess these are the ears or the tabs. So then I get this in here, and then get this. I can push it more directly on the valve. Yeah, twist it a little. Nope. Hope it's even in there good. I mean, okay. Okay, hold on a second. For some reason, this one just would not go on, and I broke the top of this thing. Just will not push in. So I guess maybe I'll try this a little more. It seems like that won't affect it. But then I've got another one upstairs. Maybe I'll try that one. I'll put the washers on that one upstairs. I think the water in here, there's like a little bit of water. I think it like knocked this thing out. And then, so then I couldn't push this thing back. And I noticed there's like, this back washer got a couple chips off of it. So I think I might still be able to use this. I got another one of those. I could put a new washer here. And then try to get this, be aware that this thing might fall out. Okay, so I already put this in, but that washer was coming out there again. So here's the crack on it. I don't think that'll affect it. I mean, oh wait, that's the wrong side. Yeah, here's the crack. Yeah. So that should not affect the valve, it just doesn't look good. So here's the other washer. I'll give it another try, and then I'll put this thing back on. I think that is it, maybe, hopefully. And here's something I just noticed. This valve has notches on both sides. There. And there. Okay, so I guess I'll just have to go by the side. Like here's the front. The one's closer to the front, so that's going on the left side. This one's going on the right side because it's farthest back. And then the notch thing, I think I can just, after I get it in, I think that can just be reversed without pulling it out if there's a problem. I think that was it. It went right in real easily. Now I'm just going to try that white part of it again, cap thing. See, I think this will go in. I mean, if everything is like in place, it goes in. Watch this. Wait, this is going to take two hands. Hold on. Yep, there it is. Okay. Let's see, so now the pin. Man, I thought you're supposed to be able to get the pin from the front. Why couldn't I do that before? See, if I'm pulling it, that's not good. Well, it's pretty good. Okay, hold on, wait. Okay, to get this pin to go in, I just had to, like, the right leg here, I just had to press him in a little bit. So it looks like this is on now. And get the water on. Okay, so I had the same problem I did before. Like I think it started from down, trickle. You know, so then you go left up, so then it's off, and then to the left, you know, more. You can keep going around. So it's the same deal. I think that means that the valve is totally reversed. Okay, so the same problem as before. Like it started out down here, and I got a trickle, I think. So I turned it, you know, up, then is off. Turn it left, and you got more of a trickle, and you can just keep turning it around. So, you know, so the valve is reversed. So let me reverse it now. Alright, it came out. There's like a little bit of nicks, like on this back one, and then the back thing came out. So let me put this back in with the damaged side down. I messed up one more washer. So, you know, I feel in here, there's like a hole, something on the bottom that's kind of sharp. But the two on the sides, those don't seem to be a problem, but I think it must be some sharp thing on the very bottom in there. So I'm gonna put some lube in here, then lube on the valve, and then when I put it in, I'll put in maybe angled up a bit, okay, and then maybe to about the midway point, then I can tilt it down, push it in. So that seems to be another obstacle. Okay, so it's just like getting this ready, and I think this is a Viton washer, I think. I don't know if it makes it too much of a difference back there, does it? So another thing I noticed is these side things. Like last time, these kind of popped out a little. So, you know, yeah, the instructions say lube these things. So I lubed them, but then I think they should also say make sure they're pressed down here, because it looks like they snug on in under the plastic a little. Okay, so I'm gonna lube it, then try it again. So far so good. It went in pretty easily doing it. Having it angled up just slightly, putting the lube in there into the valve, whatever that thing is, holder first, and then the valve itself. Now I'm gonna try and get the rest of it in. So far, it looks good. This pin, the copper pin, went in easy this time. I think maybe it didn't go in. Like if I had flipped it and put it in, then I think that might have been what it needed. And then on this side, I think there's a benefit to using like these, you know, a nut and a washer on those two, even there, because you know the wood, otherwise it bites into the wood. And then I think like having this plastic thing secured to pull the valve out. I think that's good to have it secured, you know, with those screws there. And then even I think maybe even to put the valve in, I think. Okay, you know, and then you have the board here to prevent it from taking out that pipe. So now, let's see, water. Let's try the. All right, so yeah, you turn this on, Yeah, but now it's hot. This is like hot, okay? Here, and then we keep going where you think you're gonna get to hot, but no, it's going to cold. So what was the deal with this? Do I have to I have to like... I don't want to flip that valve, because when it was the other way, you know, I'd get water on this side or that side. Okay, so I removed the handle. So for memory, what am I supposed to do? I can just do this like a 180 and that'll fix it? I don't think so. Let me try. So, you know, it's only, you gotta do like a 360 to get it off. So okay, this is the weirdest thing. So yeah, so turn it this way, it starts off on hot. Keep going, it gets cold. Which should be reversed. So that means this should be flipped. But the reason I flipped it this way is because I would turn it this way and get water. Straight up, nothing. Turn it to the right, water. I think turn it down, nothing. So let's see. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and then take another look. I decided that that cracked one down there seems okay, but I've got, you know, a couple of these extra of the new model, so it doesn't have a washer here, so it'll make it go in easier. So here I've got you know, more of these Viton washers, and I had the idea that, like, to get, you know how the washer gets stuck like there, so use one of these, maybe these things for your cuticle. So this one, this little cross one looks best. Okay, so like, I feel like the tip of this is rounded. That's probably better than like this Revlon one. It's a little more, it's flatter on the end. That's my current thinking. I haven't done it yet, so I'm gonna put these 3 washers, O-rings on now. So I cracked one of these. Tried to get this on, it didn't go on. Looks like when it went on, part of it sheared off there. This middle one, looks like it got sheared off. The back one, here it is. Like that, when I removed it, when I pulled this thing off, it got sheared. So I don't know, would it still work if it has these little shears on it? Of the O-ring? I don't know. So I've got like 2 more Vitons. I'll put 1, 2, and then I'll put it, I've got some 2 EPDMs. No, 3 EPDMs. So I'll put up 1 EPDM there. Okay, so these are the 2 Viton ones. Here's the EPDM. Okay, so I'm thinking, it normally gets stuck like in this center one. Okay, so I'm gonna try like the EPDM one on the center. Let's see if I have any luck that way. So I finally got this on, but I didn't use any of the Viton O-rings. I had an EPDM from a couple other ones, and the EPDM ones, they went on pretty easily. They were a little squishier, so I think the shore value, like the Viton ones I used on the valve from 1993, that was 75. The only other choice I saw was like 70, shore 70, so maybe that's what these are. little squishier, slipperier. Okay, so and then I can see like the current version's only got an O-ring there. It does not have the one there or the one on the tip, or the end of the stem there. So and it turns okay. It seems to be okay. I think using this kind of a screwdriver to squish it down works. This plastic is not strong enough. I mean, that's my opinion there. And I just pulled it a little with that. Pulled it, squished it, pulled it maybe 1/8 of an inch, and then finally it went in. Well, I made a mistake, so it looks like it does have that one of these small ones on the thing there, so I'm going to try and take this apart. Good luck with that. It's going to mess up the O-rings, I think, so okay, I've got another valve here. I may just be using that. So how do we cover this hole? Let's see, I have something. So I made this 1/2 inch piece of oak with a 1 inch pine. And so I was initially just going to set it in here. And then if it ever had to be worked on again, just raise it up. Use wood clamps. But then how do I cover this thing? So I had like one screw here, and then that supported it even on that side, but it didn't look very good. So what I thought, okay, I'll just one screw there, there, there. So this is gonna hang the cover for it. And if there's no board in the center, so I can't do it that way. So I used a number 6, 1 1/4, so you're 1/2 an inch into these 2 studs. Now I'll put the board, I'm going to use it this hole. So here it is. I think this is pretty good. It's like white with one silver number 8. It's a panhead sheet metal screw. So you got like white and silver there. That's white and silver. And put like a mark there just in case it gets on the level. So you can go like that. So this board, like if you tighten this screw, not too tight, just enough so it snugs it there, and then at the bottom, it's it's a little loose, but I think that's good. Like on the sides, you'd think that this thing was secured. I think that's about the simplest you could do. I mean, maybe I could do 2 screws, but I'll try 1 for a while, see if there's any problem. Now I'm going to put some O-rings on the new version of the valve, and inside of it I'm going to use these 70 durometer. These are different. These are white. So maybe, and these are little. See, like these are 75s. These go on easily. Like this new valve only uses one of the big ones, like on the front, and this uses a small one here. And so, I had like 75s in this size, but they couldn't get them to squish down enough. I think that's what the deal is. They couldn't squish down enough being 75 durometer. So these are 70. So hopefully I can get these in. The EPDM ones, I think they were 70s, 70 diameter, and they went in. I forgot to put like the small one on, so I thought rather than, I'm gonna mess up the thing taking it off, so I thought, okay, so I have to try another experiment here. So it's gonna be these. These are, I think these are like $2 a piece or so. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe $2.25 a piece. They're kind of expensive. They're only good till down to 25 Fahrenheit, but the water never, you never get like freezing water in your out of your shower, right? So I figure the temperature never goes below 32, which is where water freezes, right? So I think these should be okay. So now let's see what happens when I try to put them in there. Here we go. So here it is. So I got 1, 2, 3, and this one, I put this one on. Forgot to do that last time. So, and I noticed this 70 Shore white rubber. This is like squishier. So now I'm gonna try and get it into this. I'm gonna stick some lube in there. You gotta watch it so that it doesn't like get sheared off here. When it gets close, I'm gonna put some, use like my screwdriver, and then put some of the silicone on it, and then push it down with the screwdriver gently, and pull it, and hopefully, I think the deal is these have to squish down a little bit to get through here. And they can, if they're squishy, and it's got enough silicone grease in it. So here we go. Okay, I did it. You have to like be aware of where each washer is, and then like when it gets close, then you squash it down. You make sure there's silicone grease on it, squash it down a little bit. And then you're going to try to just push it like 1/16 of an inch at a time. Very slowly. Otherwise you could ruin it. So it looks like it's in here. The only thing I'm thinking on the end here, and I did this all by hand. I didn't even use the pliers. Okay. I just use like this screwdriver and the silicone grease. The only thing I'm thinking now is like maybe this end of it looks like it's flush, so if you set it here, see it wobbles a little bit. Is that normal? I don't know. I'm gonna give it a pull with these pliers. Let's see if that helps it. Okay, so I use these pliers, use them to pull it like that, yeah. I don't know, you could still see like the end was like, slightly out maybe. So what I did is I went to the concrete floor in the basement. I figured this thing's gotta be okay to be flush, so I set it like that on the floor. And I grabbed it. Just pushed it down like that, Okay, because this is plastic, you don't want to break it. So I think that seems pretty good. So like, look, do you see any? It's pretty flush, right? So I think I got the thing in there. I don't know, maybe these things are designed for like 70 Shore, and maybe like that tough little 75 Shore washer I put in the end of it doesn't want to let it go all the way easily, maybe. So there's something like that to think about. I think I did that other valve with 75 Shore. That's all all they had on the one page I went to. I'll put the links below. I think you'd want to use like 70 Shore Viton if you can find it. I don't know, but maybe the 75 is okay on the little one, and this outer, the one in the front. So okay, so I put on this other 75 Shore Viton washer here. It's probably best to go from here to that side, so I don't have to go over these things. Still, this valve is kind of hard to turn. Let's see if I do this. See, it's turnable, but like last night, the first valve I did, the plastic handle cracked off. So I think, these washers seem okay, but maybe I don't know, maybe it's the handle that's the problem. I mean, it could be the valves being assembled bad, so they break and there's cracked parts inside. Could be the part of the, I don't know, who knows, I don't know. So let's see, so I'm gonna put this in next. So just in case there's any moisture that might get around this lid over there. Maybe put a tarp like this. You can just set in there. And the screw goes there. So I did this one last month. It seemed good. So I turned off the water. Let's see how this is like got the valve from 1993 in it, all metal. It's got 75 Shore washers, 2 on the outside, 1 small one, and 3 inside. I thought it was good, but now watch how it turns. It's a little tough here. Okay, you can hear that. No, it works. And I got this good handle, which is stronger than those washers. But it's like, I don't know, it's I think this handle can handle it. It's got like a piece of plastic in there. But now, let me go show you this other one. This is on the lower level. This one too has 75 Shore Viton washers, these small 117, and then it only has like one large 117, a 107 and a 117. And then like the 3 inside the spool though, these are like these clean room Vitons. The only thing that I question about these are that they're only good down to 25 degrees Fahrenheit, but internal here it never gets that cold. If I did, the water would freeze. But now let's take a look and see how these turn. This one turns. And I put like the new handle on here, because I thought I'd have the same issue as above, but watch this. Look at that. Oh wait. Okay. Look at this. Perfectly smooth. So I'm going to replace the one upstairs. See, now this has like a newly redesigned valve in it too, with like these white 112 O-rings. This is very good. I don't think how could you get it better than that? Well, you could maybe like that 107 if that were like one of these clean room type of washers. That might help. I don't know. But that the one on the outside it doesn't rotate right. So Okay, so I guess that's all I can think of. So this seems like a good combination. I'm gonna redo this second floor shower, and then so the first one's got, here's the 107. This is a 75, and there it is. These are the key, I think. These white ones. These are 70. Okay, 75 would not fit in this thing. These squish down a little bit more. And then, you know, you put some of this stuff on, use a screwdriver and you can squish it in there. And then this is the one, the bigger one, the 117. This is a 75. So let me see, I'll just run over this. So these went on pretty easily. 1, 2, 3. Well, I did this one first, then this one, then this one, and then, you know, I did 1, 2 from this side. This one I did it from that side. And I used this screwdriver to put some of this, you know, like right in here, a couple places maybe. So now I'm gonna get the spool, put some silicone in that with my finger, and then let's see. So yeah, so I'm gonna like put some silicone on there, get it in there. And then when I'm pushing this thing in, okay, it's gonna like these O-rings are gonna like appear like, you know, at the beginning here or here, and like you want to like I did this one of these before, you know, like you and put some more of this silicone on there, and then take the screwdriver and just gently try and squish it down. So you can see like these things, they do have, compared to the 75s, these are a little squishier, and they slide better too. Like, what's that slipperiness factor for O-rings? Like 75s don't really seem to slip. The EPDM-Ps don't really slip, obviously. So these are like Viton, Clean Room. I don't know. Why do these slip better? I mean, the one in the basement does, and maybe this one won't. I don't know yet. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna time it and see how frustrating this is. Because I think this is like where the things are getting messed up, like when they assemble them. Like this one I have is like scratched on the bottom here, so it's like somebody put it on, took it off somehow. Maybe the O-rings were damaged too. So here we go. Okay, so I got the first one, you know, past like the first thing here, as you can see right there. So I think, so I got it to like here, and I put some silicone on it. And then what I'm finding is that this washer does squish down more. You take this thing and you can like shoehorn it down. Let me see if I can. You get it to like here. You know, so like you got your silicone in there. Wait. Yeah, so then you get it like, I don't know if I can even see that. Yeah, well, you get the idea. So like, you know, squish it down a little bit. And then push. It went in. So let's see now. Now I have to do it. At this point, you have to like watch two of them. Like here, you know, he's gonna get to like here when this is in. And then it's going to get to this hole. Okay. So this is working. You might have to like back the thing out and then push it, you know, gently forward again. And then you'll get up close to like here at the front edge here. So then you compress it down with this thing. So I was using like this end of it. This didn't seem to work as good as like taking this long end and then doing like, you know, a full compression of what's exposed. This is probably not the best thing to use either, this letter opener, because some of that, I think this silver stuff is coming off and getting in here. So let's see, I just have one more here. So I've got it to this point. He's there. There's that. And then here, that's pretty much in. So I don't really have to watch for that. But this one, you have to like squash it down a little bit with like this. I'm doing like this rounded side of this. And then compress it a little bit. And then try to like pull it in like 1/32 of an inch to 1/16. I think it depends on like how much of that material gets, you know, out of the way of this thing that's sticking out. Because this part, it's not. Well, maybe this is. See, this is sticking out like these where it intersects there, so that could be preventing it. So I think I might have to get the pliers to pull it instead of, how am I doing? I was like pushing this, I think. Okay, here we go. Okay, I did have to use these pliers to pull this slightly to get like, well, this one's there to like get this one in here. So that's in there successfully. So now, some more lube, silicone, and compress it. And I think maybe, I guess I do need to use the pliers to pull it through. So I mean here, I think, looks like I can just pull that in, you know. I think it's not gonna get sheared, is it? I don't think so. So that's, you know, that one's good. That one's in. So this is what I could back it out, but I don't know, I think, I'm trying to like, I'm gonna compress it down a little, take the pliers, pull it, just a little. So I backed it out. And so there's no, I don't see any damage there or there. I think when I get it to that point, I can just pull it. So the deal is, yeah, you put the silicone there, pull it up as tight as it can go without looking like it's going to damage it. Squash it down some more, pull it some more. Yeah, that was it. So just a gentle tug on it and it went in. Okay, now look in the back. See, I think I gotta pull it in. See how that's like a little out? I think that's supposed to be flush, isn't it? I can't hurt anything now, I don't think. No, it can't. There are no washers to get damaged. Let's see. Okay, I did a few taps on the concrete floor with like a lint-free sheet. So it is pretty basically flush. I think maybe you just have to worry about these holes here. See that? Looks like, you know, that's all you have to be concerned about, maybe. If you turn it, there's nothing. It's black then. So, I mean, I'm looking at this very closely. Looks like it sticks out maybe a 32nd of an inch maybe, or less. You know, it's not perfectly flush, I don't think, is it? Like if I set it. See, it wobbles. So I got this 117 on now. This is a 75 Shore. So I was twisting this with the pliers. Looks like that's pretty slippery. It's like when you put it in the valve, put it into the thing. I don't know. It seems to hold it better. Maybe it's even less. It'll seem even less difficult to twist because you don't. I don't know. So let's see. Let me go put it in now. I got this done in 30 minutes. I can't believe it. Okay, so I'm getting better at this. Yeah, now watch this. Let's see the resistance with these white Viton O-rings. Perfect. Oh my gosh. See how easy. Let's see if I can do it with one finger. Okay, now let's see. I have to do it. Better see if I got the water part right. Okay, I just tried it. It works. They should just say, like, with this handle that you want to leave like that stop tube on there, and then the two white inserts. Because I tried like a third-party one that didn't have that. It didn't work very well, so then I got this Moen one. And I left it out, and then I did the second shower downstairs, and then I took a closer look at that diagram, and I noticed that. So, okay, so let's just see how it sounds here. The only thing about those O-rings, they're only good down to 25 degrees Fahrenheit, but I don't think that will be an issue. And Viton, so that's good for chlorine water, which is much more like corrosive than just tap water. So maybe these washers, O-rings will last at least 25 years with no issues. Okay, so just a quick video on this. Like, what I did is this is like a 1/2 inch oak. It doesn't have to be oak, I guess. It's kind of a tough piece of wood to drill into, but then this has like a 1 inch on the back, and I unscrew those two, and I use like these clamps. You know, I lower the board down, secure it with clamps left and right. So then when I push the thing, like it's got this to push into, as opposed to drywall. So then how do you cover it? So this is like, what is this? 1/8 inch hardboard whiteboard, I don't know. It's like brown on the other side. And I just cut it a little bigger than the hole. And I thought one screw, that's all it needs. And this is like a machine screw even, so it's not a wood screw. It's got like a pan head on it. So I think you want that. And then you don't have to, you don't countersink it. So then this will snug up. And it's like screwed into that board that is used for like pushing the valve against. I guess this could later be primed and painted. Put like a line here just so I don't have to get the level out every time. So if you could like Oh, but you know what I forgot? There's like a piece of plastic that goes there. Wait a minute. It seems like, there could be some moisture that gets in that wood, so. This is like 4 mil tarp. Can't hurt to sit in there, right? And then line up the hole there. Now let me put the board back in. That's what it looks like. So later, I guess that could be primed and painted. It's not bad like that. Silver screw, white board, white and silver, and that's a brass. So I don't know. That's what it seems like. Seems good. I don't know if anybody has some better ideas. It seemed like not a very good idea to re-drywall it. I mean, if I did, then it would have taken me a lot longer to do what I just did here if I had drywalled it after I fixed it a month and a half ago. Alright, so here's like the valve, newly redesigned valve. I think this must be one that got stuck and broke the handle, the crystal acrylic handle. So I'm looking at it. I see scratches there. I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. And then here, this looks like something got crushed there. So maybe I don't know, did they pull this out and redo it? So maybe this might not have affected the turning of it. So now, how about these washers? I don't know if these. I think these are. This looks shiny. This looks like. That looks shiny too. I don't know if I don't know if these are like the original washers or not. But let's see. So let me look. How do these turn? Okay, this one that turns. This one turns a little easier. Now this one that got sheared, you can see that it doesn't turn at all. Okay, so just based on this valve, it looks like, the first washer, maybe this is like the one that's keeping the handle from turning. Okay, the tip, this one, okay, this looks like an EPDM one. That seems to be turning fine, but you hear that squeaking. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this one off and we'll see what's under there. Okay, so here you can see it's just black plasticky stuff. So there's like, I guess like any silicone you put in there I mean, it doesn't stay there, I guess, right? So let's see, now why would this one turn better? Is this an EPDM one? I don't know, it's hard to tell if this is one I put on there or not. Looks like it could be. See how it's shiny? I don't know. So anyway, something here is not turning. So I guess, yeah, the question is like slipperiness of the different materials. When they come in contact with the valve, and probably the shore value, that probably has something to do with it, if it's squishy or not, right? So okay, so maybe this valve I could get this one to work even though it's damaged, but okay, so that's all I can think of right now. So I took off the washers here. Now there's the first one on the right. I'm not sure if the middle is the middle one or whatever, but I'm looking at like the See how the one that was on the front, it's like dull, very dull. And I think it is the same material, because like I'm looking at, you know, they're all pretty much the same. Like if I flip this one over, see it's got a little shininess to it, so it looks like it's the same material. Okay, so they all look the same there. If I flip them, okay, so like the first washer looks very dull compared to the other two. So maybe the question is like, does that first washer get like extra like wear on it compared to the other ones? So, and maybe that's what's making this thing stop turning.